The YT series was a class of light freighter ships developed by the Corellian Engineering Corporation that was very popular among the smuggling community. Famous ships like the Millennium Falcon and the Outrider were both YT freighters. In this video we'll be covering every ship in the YT series that appears in either Legends or canon materials. I'll start like I normally do in these videos and talk about canon ships first. The YT 1000 has appeared in the novel Tarkin. By the time of the Empire, the model had been around for more than a century and was considered outdated. Nearly everyone knows the YT 1300, even if they don't know the model number. The Millennium Falcon was a heavily modified YT 1300. In fact, the model was so successful exactly because it allowed for such extensive modification. The final canon YT ship was the YT 2400, which is the only other model on this list to have appeared in the films, although it was very brief. It also makes a more significant appearance in Star Wars Rebels. However, it was first popularized in Legends as Dash Rendar's ship, the Outrider. Now we're about to move on to the Legends ships, but fair warning, a lot of these have only been mentioned and never been seen, so just bear with me. The YT 450A was clunky, slow, and not very maneuverable. No pictures of it exist, but it did appear in the West End Games Game Master Handbook. We know even less about the YT 700, which has only appeared in an article from the Star Wars Adventure Journal. The YT 1150 has also never been shown, but at least a description was given saying that it resembled a large oval split into 3 parts. It appeared in the novel Rogue Planet. The YT 1200 was meant to be an improvement upon the YT 1000, but pilots preferred the 1000, and when the 1300 was released, sales of the 1200 stopped completely. But you can see the design begin to evolve towards the YT 1300 with the side-mounted cockpit. In order to sell off the remaining 1200s, the CEC slightly modified them into what they marketed as the following new models. The YT 1210 was nearly identical to the 1200 but for an additional engine. The YT 1220 was only mentioned in the Wizards of the Coast Living Force role-playing campaign. And the YT 1250 further improved upon the 1210's engines, making it faster but sacrificing 20% of the standard 1200 model's cargo space. The YT 1500 is another ship that's only been mentioned, this one in the New Jedi Order novel Star by Star. The YT 1760 was a smaller transport ship that was less heavily defended, but its standard engines were faster than the stock engines of its predecessors. Unfortunately, the engines required more maintenance, and they didn't see as much commercial success. The YT 1930 was actually a variant of the YT 1300. The cockpit was moved to the center, and additional cargo space was added in the rear. The CEC considered it to be the pinnacle of the YT series. The YT 2000 was kind of a combination of the 1300 and the 1930. It retained the central cockpit of the 1930, but the body was more similar to the 1300. The YT 2550 is another ship that only appeared in the role-playing games, so we don't know much about it, but this one at least has a picture. And the final YT ship is the YT 5100 Shreek class bomber, which was designed to look like a miniature YT 1300. They were developed for bombing runs and used in the Second Galactic Civil War. And that brings us to the end of the list of every YT series ship in Star Wars. I really wish more of these had pictures, but what can you do? Maybe down the line some of them will be brought into the canon along with some visual aids. If you liked this video, you might like some of these other comprehensive videos I've done, like on every TIE fighter or every Rebel starfighter. Also, if you have an idea for a comprehensive list video like this one, leave it in the comments. And of course, if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, share this video, and maybe check out my Patreon page. As always, thank you for watching, and may the Force be with you.